What if I told you the average SUV can quietly drain thousands every year, even when nothing breaks? Sounds crazy, right? Here's the truth. Not all SUVs are money pits. Some will cross 300,000, even 400,000 miles with nothing more than basic maintenance. Today, I'm counting down 9 SUVs engineered to protect your wallet from repairs, depreciation, and long-term ownership costs. And I will also flag 2 bestsellers that are absolute financial nightmares. Number 9. Subaru Outback. The Outback occupies a unique category. It launched the crossover concept before the term even existed. Introduced in the mid-1990s as a raised all-wheel drive wagon, it gave buyers genuine all-weather capability without the bulk of a traditional 4x4. From a reliability standpoint, the Outback's numbers are compelling. Consumer Reports data consistently places it above average for its segment, and real-world longevity backs that up. Documented cases of Outbacks crossing 250,000 to 300,000 miles on original drivetrains are common in Subaru owner communities, with routine maintenance being the primary variable. The standard 2.5-liter horizontally opposed engine is not a high-performance unit, but that's precisely the point. It's conservatively tuned for durability rather than output. The 2.4-liter turbocharged variant adds 260 horsepower while retaining the same basic reliability architecture. One structural advantage worth noting: Subaru includes symmetrical all-wheel drive as standard equipment across the entire Outback lineup. This matters financially because it eliminates the option cost premium and ensures consistent drivetrain wear patterns, which reduces long-term differential and transfer case maintenance expenses. On insurance costs, the Outback's IHS Top Safety Pick Plus designation translates directly into lower premiums. Insurers price risk based on claims data, and vehicles with strong safety ratings generate fewer and less costly claims. The 2019 to 2021 model years represent the strongest value proposition in the used market, modern enough to include current safety features, priced well below new, and with documented reliability histories. Number 8. Toyota RAV4. The RAV4 is the best-selling SUV in the United States, and that dominance is not an accident. It's the product of Toyota's disciplined approach to powertrain engineering, prioritizing longevity and repairability over innovation for its own sake. From an ownership cost perspective, the RAV4's most significant financial advantage is depreciation resistance. Used RAV4s, particularly from the 2016 to 2020 model years, routinely sell at prices that rival equivalent year competitors that are being offered as new. This is a function of genuine market demand driven by Toyota's reliability reputation, not brand marketing. Mechanically, older RAV4s reaching 300,000 miles on original engines and transmissions is well documented. The 2.5-liter 4-cylinder in current models prioritizes efficiency and durability over power. 0 to 60 times are not impressive, but that isn't the relevant metric for total cost of ownership analysis. The financial case for the RAV4 is essentially an argument for equity preservation. Depreciation is the single largest cost in vehicle ownership for most buyers, and the RAV4 consistently outperforms the segment average on this metric. A well-maintained RAV4 purchased at the right point in its depreciation curve can return significant resale value years later, a dynamic that genuinely offsets higher initial purchase prices relative to less reliable alternatives. Number 7. Acura RDX. The second-generation Acura RDX is one of the more analytically interesting purchases in the used SUV market, specifically because of a platform decision Acura made that most buyers are unaware of. From 2013 through 2018, the RDX shared its core powertrain, a 3.5-liter V6 paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission, directly with a Honda Pilot. This is not a similar engine family. It is the same fundamental unit. What Acura added was a more refined interior, enhanced sound insulation, and luxury tier feature content. The financial implication is significant. You're acquiring Honda Pilot powertrain reliability inside an Acura badge vehicle that the used market often prices. That gap represents a structural inefficiency in how the used market prices luxury badge vehicles relative to their actual mechanical content. On maintenance costs, the data supports what Honda's track record would predict. Owners of 2013 to 2018 RDX units routinely report reaching 150,000 miles with no major mechanical expenditure beyond scheduled service. Compare that to German luxury SUV alternatives, BMW X3, Audi Q5, where out-of-warranty repair costs frequently escalate rapidly after 80,000 miles. Insurance is another area where the RDX outperforms expectations for a luxury badge. Depending on your provider and location, premiums can be competitive with or even lower than non-luxury compact SUVs because actuarial tables reflect actual claims history rather than purchase price alone. Number 6. Hyundai Santa Fe. A decade ago, Hyundai's reliability reputation was a legitimate concern for data-driven buyers. The Santa Fe's trajectory since then is worth examining objectively because the improvement has been substantial and measurable. The most structurally significant factor in the Santa Fe's ownership cost profile is Hyundai's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, the most comprehensive coverage offered by any mainstream manufacturer. From a financial risk management standpoint, this warranty functions as embedded insurance against major drivetrain failure, eliminating the primary argument for purchasing a third-party extended warranty on a new or near-new unit. Real-world reliability data supports the narrative shift. Santa Fe owners across the 2017 to 2022 model years report crossing 200,000 miles with maintenance costs limited primarily to consumables, oil, brakes, tires, and filters. Fuel economy is competitive within the segment, and resale values have strengthened as Hyundai's reliability data has accumulated. Insurance costs are meaningfully lower than segment competitors with weaker safety ratings, particularly Jeep and certain Volkswagen offerings. For buyers who place a premium on financial predictability, the combination of comprehensive warranty coverage and improving reliability data makes the Santa Fe a defensible purchase on quantitative grounds. Number 5. Lexus LX. The Lexus LX occupies a different analytical category than the other vehicles on this list. It is not a value purchase in any conventional sense. New LX pricing starts above $90,000, and fuel economy is poor by any contemporary standard. The case for the LX is built entirely on longevity and depreciation floor. The relevant fact is that the LX is mechanically a Toyota Land Cruiser with Lexus-level interior refinement. The Land Cruiser's reliability data is exceptional, documented examples reaching 400,000 to 500,000 miles under regular maintenance are well established, and in commercial and government fleet operations across Africa and the Middle East, million-mile Land Cruiser drivetrains have been documented. The financial argument for the LX is therefore not about minimizing purchase price, it is about minimizing per-mile lifetime cost. When a vehicle has a realistic operational lifespan of 400,000 or more miles and requires minimal major mechanical intervention, the total cost of ownership calculus changes substantially. Repair costs that would be prohibitive on a vehicle with a 150,000-mile realistic lifespan become manageable when amortized over 3 times the mileage. Depreciation floor is the other key data point. Used LX models command premium prices precisely because buyers with long ownership horizons understand that acquiring a high-mileage LX at a reduced price still provides access to a drivetrain with substantial remaining service life. The LX does not make sense for every buyer, but for those with long holding periods, the numbers support it. Number 4. Mazda CX-5. The Mazda CX-5 addresses a specific failure mode that affects many vehicles in the compact SUV segment, the continuously variable transmission, or CVT. A significant number of compact SUV competitors rely on CVT technology to achieve fuel economy ratings, and CVT reliability and replacement cost data are a known risk factor in long-term ownership cost projections. The CX-5 uses a conventional 6-speed automatic transmission. This is not a technologically conservative decision. It is an engineering choice that reflects Mazda's assessment of the reliability trade-offs involved. The result is measurably lower transmission-related repair frequency in real-world ownership data. RepairPal rates the CX-5 at 4.5 out of 5.0 for reliability, which places it at the top of the compact SUV segment. Annual maintenance cost estimates from RepairPal and JD Power data consistently show the CX-5 below segment average. The one legitimate trade-off is interior space. The CX-5 is dimensionally smaller than the Toyota RAV4 or Honda CR-V, and buyers who need maximum cargo or passenger capacity should account for this. However, the driving dynamics are markedly better than average for the segment, a factor that has no direct financial value but contributes to owner satisfaction and retention, which influences resale behavior. Resale values are strong, supported by Mazda's improving brand reliability perception and the CX-5's consistent performance in third-party reliability surveys. Number 3. Subaru Forester. The Subaru Forester's Consumer Reports reliability score of 98 out of 100 for recent model years is an outlier in the automotive segment. Scores in that range are rare, and it warrants direct examination of what drives it. The primary reliability concern historically associated with Subaru, the CVT transmission, requires direct attention here because it is frequently cited as a disqualifying factor by buyers researching the brand. The early Subaru CVT units, deployed through roughly 2014, had documented failure rates that justified concern. Subaru's redesigned CVT architecture, phased in from 2015 onward, resolved the core failure modes. The critical maintenance variable is CVT fluid replacement at 30,000-mile intervals. Owners who follow this schedule show dramatically lower transmission failure rates in the ownership data. Beyond the transmission, the Forester's ownership cost profile is strong. Standard all-wheel drive across all trim levels eliminates drivetrain configuration variation. IIHS safety ratings are consistently at top Safety Pick Plus level, which directly reduces insurance premiums. Fuel efficiency is competitive for the segment, and owners routinely document crossing 200,000 miles with major repair costs limited to scheduled maintenance items. Resale values benefit from Subaru's loyal owner base, which sustains used market demand and supports pricing. Buyers upgrading from older Foresters frequently return to the same model, which compresses the supply of well-maintained used units and keeps prices elevated relative to less loyalty-driven brands. Number 2. Honda CR-V. The Honda CR-V's ownership cost data makes it one of the most analytically straightforward recommendations in the compact SUV segment. The case is built on 4 compounding advantages: reliability, fuel economy, safety ratings, and resale value, each of which independently reduces total cost of ownership, and all 4 of which work simultaneously. On longevity, the CR-V's track record is exceptional even by Honda standards. Second-generation CR-Vs from the early 2000s approaching 500,000 miles have been documented, a figure that represents exceptional outlier performance but is directionally consistent with the platform's fundamental engineering conservatism. Current CR-V models achieve up to 30 miles per gallon combined, which is near the top of the non-hybrid compact SUV segment. For buyers with average annual mileage, the fuel cost difference between the CR-V and lower-efficiency competitors represents hundreds of dollars per year in direct savings. Insurance costs are structurally lower than segment average due to the CR-V's IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus rating. Resale values are among the strongest in the segment. Honda's reliability reputation functions as a price floor in the used market, protecting owners against excessive depreciation losses. The current generation CR-V also leads the segment on standard safety technology, which matters both for insurance premium calculation and for the increasingly common scenario of accident avoidance that never generates a claims data point. Number 1. Honda HR-V. The Honda HR-V earns the top position in this ranking on the basis of optimized total cost of ownership for the largest segment of actual SUV use cases. Most SUV buyers use their vehicles primarily for urban and suburban commuting, occasional highway travel, and light cargo hauling, a use profile that maps precisely to what the HR-V is engineered to do. The financial advantages compound efficiently at the HR-V scale. Insurance premiums are lower than larger SUVs in the Honda lineup, partly driven by lower repair cost exposure and partly by the HR-V's strong safety rating history. Fuel economy reaching 34 miles per gallon on the highway reduces annual fuel expenditure materially relative to segment alternatives. Purchase price and depreciation costs are lower in absolute terms than larger vehicles, even when resale value percentage is held constant. Reliability data mirrors what Honda's broader track record would predict. Owner-reported major repair incidents through 150,000 miles are uncommon, and the HR-V's mechanical architecture, shared with Honda's Proven Fit and Civic platforms, provides a well-documented reliability foundation. The trade-off is straightforward. The HR-V does not offer the power output, towing capacity, or cargo space of larger SUVs. For buyers who genuinely need those capabilities, the HR-V is not the right vehicle. But for buyers whose actual use case fits the vehicle's design envelope, the total cost of ownership advantage over the ownership period is measurable and significant. 2 SUVs to avoid. The following 2 vehicles are not poor engineering achievements. Both have significant sales volumes and genuine market appeal. The concern is specifically financial. Their ownership cost profiles consistently underperform the segment averages established above. Jeep Wrangler, high enthusiasm, high costs. The Wrangler is one of the most recognizable vehicles in the American market, and its off-road capability is genuine. The ownership cost data, however, presents a different picture. Reliability surveys from Consumer Reports and J.D. Power consistently place recent Wrangler models in the bottom quartile of the SUV segment. Documented issues include electrical system faults, oil leaks, and suspension failures. The well-documented death wobble, a severe oscillation triggered by road imperfections that can affect steering control, is a structural characteristic of the Wrangler's solid front axle design, not a manufacturing defect resolvable through a standard recall. IIHS crash test results for the Wrangler are marginal relative to the vehicles ranked above. This translates directly into higher insurance premiums. Insurers price Wrangler policies at elevated rates relative to the segment because claims frequency and severity data support that pricing. The Wrangler is a rational purchase for buyers with specific off-road use requirements and the mechanical aptitude or budget to manage above-average maintenance costs. For buyers optimizing for total cost of ownership in normal driving conditions, the data does not support it. Ford Explorer, 2011 to 2019, expensive reliability problems. Next, we have the 2011 to 2019 Ford Explorer. Now, this was a massive sales success for Ford, but from a total cost of ownership perspective, it's a ticking time bomb. The problem isn't marketing, it's a specific, high-stakes mechanical flaw that most casual buyers never see until it's too late. The primary culprit is the internal water pump on the 3.5-liter V6 engine. In most cars, the water pump is external and easy to fix. But Ford buried this one behind the timing cover. This creates what we call the maintenance tax. A standard $500 job on any other SUV turns into a $3,000 mechanical heart surgery because it requires over 10 hours of labor just to reach the part. But here's the real danger. If that pump's internal seal fails, it leaks coolant directly into your engine oil. This creates a milkshake slurry that destroys your bearings, leading to total engine failure. We're talking about a $7,000 repair bill on a car that might only be worth $12,000. On top of that, this generation faced federal investigations for exhaust fumes leaking into the cabin and high rates of steering rack failures. While the 2020 and newer models have addressed many of these issues, the 2011 to 2019 vintage is a gamble where the math simply doesn't favor the owner. Extended warranties, the math check. Before you sign anything, look closely at the dealer's favorite upsell, the extended warranty. For highly reliable SUVs like the CR-V, Forester, or CX-5, these plans are usually a losing bet. Statistically, the odds are against you. You're paying a premium for repairs that are unlikely to ever happen. An extended warranty only makes real financial sense in two situations: if you're buying a used SUV from a brand with a poor reliability track record, or if that specific model has a known, expensive failure that's clearly covered in the contract. Outside of that, it's mostly peace of mind at a high price. And if the vehicle already comes with a long factory warranty, like a 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, then adding more protection is often just redundant. At the end of the day, your best warranty isn't a contract, it's choosing a vehicle that's proven to stay out of the shop. Because here's what most people miss: total cost of ownership is everything. A cheap SUV with high repair bills and poor resale value will cost you far more than a reliable one that holds its value over time. The real equation is simple: purchase price plus insurance, fuel, and repairs over the years minus resale value. The SUVs at the top of this list aren't just reliable, they're designed to minimize what you actually spend per mile. And if you choose something for off-road use or towing, just understand, you're also choosing higher long-term costs. The data is out there. The only question is, do you use it before you buy or pay for it later?